What do you look for when playing a rhythm game? How about a creative gameplay mechanic that really catches your eye? Maybe you want to see the track list before getting too invested. Or perhaps you're just drawn to fun and unique art styles. And as a professional expert in the genre, I can confidently say that no matter what's most important to you in a rhythm game, you're wrong. The only thing I'm going to be judging these games off of today are their vibes and vibes alone. From S tier to F tier, I'm going to give you the comprehensive guide on this entire genre. What games have the stinkiest vibes and what games have the stankiest vibes. Because deep down, music is about emotion. Now there's a lot of rhythm games out there, so I might miss your favorite game, but I'm trying to make this as wide a spread net as possible. If I miss anything, then let me know down in the comments below. This method of ranking also works in my favor because I don't actually have to play all of these games, in case you were still thinking I had at least a shred of integrity left after my Barnyard video. So without further ado, let's start with the OG, the original game, Parappa the Rapper. He's nice, he's cute, I like his style. Everything about this game, the vibes are just so good. I'm easily giving this an A tier. Parappa the Rapper 2 is alright, I guess. Its vibes are a bit different, I don't know. It's still cute, but less so, so I'm giving this one a B tier. Jamalami, I mean, this is the peak S tier vibe game, just for the fact that it confirms that hell does actually exist in the Parappa the Rapper universe. Pop-in music is very simple, cute, and effective. I like the characters, and it's just a big pie, innit? The mascots are just so adorable, you know? Unlike Taiko no Tatsujin, who I hate, the vibes this game gives off in general are just gross and horrible. I can't explain why, it's just too much. It feels fake. Like, why is that turtle staring at me so dead-eyed, you know? Also that voice pisses me off so much. It's... Everyone loves DDR, it's there to bring everyone together, more so than most rhythm games I'd say. This one gets an A tier, challenge me at Cotton Eye Joe, I dare you. Friday Night Funkin' is a weird one because it was a game made for Zoomers, yet somehow it comes from the year 2006. As an old school Newgrounds kid, I'd be lying if I said this game didn't fill me with the warm and fuzzies at times. It's just a shame then that it looks like any character at any given moment could just start saying slurs constantly. Windan 1, charming on a similar level to Parappa the Rapper. Just a bit of a different vibe. I don't know, I prefer the sequel, to be honest. The Western version of this game, Elite Beat Agents, is... I'm not a fan, to be honest. I don't like the way they wave their arms during every song. It's stupid and dumb like most of this game. No, go away. I'm only putting Osu on here as a courtesy. You can't really judge the vibes of a game where all the content is community created and it doesn't have an art style or gameplay mechanic for itself. There are absolutely zero vibes to actually attain from the game itself. So I'll just judge it based off of the vibes of the community and, you know, the people who play it. F tier. There are so many Guitar Hero and Rock Band games that I can't do all of them, so I've just selected a few and the rest just put in like C or D tier. The original Guitar Hero gets a C tier, Guitar Hero 2 gets a B tier, Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s gets a D tier. I just don't like its aesthetic very much. Original Rock Band gets a C. Original Rock Band gets a D tier. Actually, it's not as cool as the original Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero Van Halen gets an F tier for obvious reasons. The same logic applies to Beatles Rock Band. And then we've got the king of them all, Lego Rock Band. I don't know what songs are on this, but S tier. DJ Hero, B tier. DJ Max, now this is a rhythm game. Awkward background videos and songs, menus that feel like you're at a rave/casino, controls that cannot be translated to anything but its arcade version. It's got it all. I've only played the PSP version of this, but A tier for vibes. Vibribbon is just the best. If you don't f with Vibri, then get the hell out of my channel and never come back. Everything about this game, from its graphics to its gameplay to its graphics, nice. Sleek, simple, sophisticated. S tier. Sound Voltex, I don't really like the vibes of. The gameplay's fine, but we're not judging it based off of that today. It would get a D tier, but I haven't in quite a while, so I'm also not a fan of Miku either. I'm sorry you had to learn it this way. Don't worry, me and your father still love each other very much. I've got nothing against the girl. It's just not for me, you know? And also the game itself just seems kind of bland. C tier cause if I put you any lower, I would get doxed. Samba de Amigo. S tier, easily, obviously. For real, this game's vibes is just immaculate. Controller peripherals are always a plus, and I'm sorry Rock Band, but you don't have maracas, so you're not getting S tier while Brazil is. P4D has a lot of guts for ending the Persona 4 story on a dancing rhythm game. The fact that this is the canon conclusion to the story of these characters, I gotta give it an instant B tier. Persona 3 and 5 dancing though doesn't even have the balls to do that, and I don't like them. They've got stinky vibes. They're a D tier. Super Beat Sonic has C tier vibes for a C tier game. I really don't have much else to say about this one. It's probably the blandest rhythm game I've covered so far. Gitaroo Man gets an easy S tier. No game has so easily made me cringe one moment and then brought me to tears the next. Listen, I cry very easily nowadays, alright? That's bringing me to something else with that announcer, if you know what I mean.
You are the true Gitaroo Man.
If you know what I mean. I don't even know if Audiosurf counts as a rhythm game. It feels more like an application to me. We're here to play music, not ride roller coasters. Crypt of the Necrodancer. We're here to play music, not explore dungeons. I actually really like this game. I'd say the vibes it gives off are pretty cool. It's got a really unique style that sets it apart from most other games in this tier list. It's not perfect, but for what it is, you know, it does a lot of things really well. This is a solid B tier game. Rhythm Heaven, S tier, instantly. Do I even have to explain this one? Are you too stupid to get into your head why Rhythm Heaven is the perfect game series? Are you gay? Is that what it is? Do I have to explain why Monkey Watch is the peak of our medium? Gal Metal is a game that probably 3 of you have heard of and 1 of you have played. I think it's quite cute. You can really see what it was going for despite its clear budget concerns. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that X factor that made Gitaroo Man push through that cringe barrier. So unfortunately, it falls flat. You could have been S tier, Gal Metal. Unfortunately, you're a C. Rhythm Thief. More like Rhythm Thief. What even is this game? I remember playing a demo for it and nothing else. I don't know. C tier, sure. Space Channel 5 and Space Channel 5 2. S tier, boom. I love the whole retro futurist aesthetic it's got going on. It's just awesome. Donate to my Patreon so I can get a CRT to actually play these games. Cool Tune seems pretty fun. I can't play it again because I don't have a CRT to play it on. This one gets an S for the logo has some sperm on it. Donkey Konga. This game has you playing the bongos in time to All the Small Things by Blink-182. A tier. Demo and Voez both get a B tier. I have a similar thing towards them as I do Hatsune Miku. They're just not for me. But I do prefer this game's vibes over Miku. I'm sorry. Trombone Champ is funny. I can respect a game that likes to have a bit of a goof around. It's not trying to be anything other than what it is. I respect the boldness. A tier. Whenever I play Just Dance, I always feel like I'm being advertised to. Maybe it's because the only songs they put on there are ones I would hear on the radio at my retail job anyway. Maybe the faceless dancers creep me out and feel incredibly corporate.
So I'm editing right now and I'm seeing the Just Dancers with actual faces. They look even creepier.
Or maybe it's just because it's made by Ubisoft. Either way, I hate this so much. This is getting an F tier. Horrid games. Beat Saber's vibe is also kind of bland. D tier. It's just a rave, but like not an interesting one. Thumper do be going hard though. Bit Trip Runner came at the very start of the whole nostalgia wave for the 80s that we had in the 2010s. Looking back on it now, this game sucks. The visuals are simple, but I don't know, they're just kind of bland. I know that's kind of the whole point of the Bit Trip games, that they're really simple, but if this released today in this modern gaming climate, it would not make a single splash. C tier. Now, in a tier list that has Samba de Amigo and Jamalami and Gitaru Man in S tier, you know something is wrong when I call out Runner 2 for trying too hard. From the moment you press start on this game, it just...
When last we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent of charismatic compatriots was in hot pursuit of the fiendish Timbletot as they chased him into a realm above realms called the Hypersphere. It is at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a nefarious reality unfusion beam blindsides these 5 fearless friends.
F tier. So yeah, that's every rhythm game I can think of, ranked on vibes alone. These are the best ones. Those are the worst ones. And then above all of them, we've got the one, the only, GOG of Bang!